Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It means everything to me. Before we get started, I just want to say to everybody that has been reaching out to me, showing me support, I appreciate you so much. When I tell you I appreciate you, I truly, truly mean it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please leave me a comment. Please leave me a like. It would mean so much to me. You guys are just the best, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi guys, welcome back. So, I came across this case, Lily Ann Conroy. It actually literally just happened a couple weeks ago, and it shook me to my core. So I wanted to talk about her. With that being said, this story is in its infancy still. There's very little out about this, but I think it's super important to talk about her and to cover her case. Lily Ann Conroy was born on April 18th, 2005 in Monterey, California, to parents Sean and Brenna. She had two sisters, Daisy and Holly, and she had a dog named Fozzie. She was very advanced for her age, and she actually rose to prominence in kindergarten. Like, that's how early it started. In 2012, at the age of 7, her family up and moved to Springfield, Utah. Lily became famous for her epic all-nighters at girls' camp and her homemade shorts. She began playing softball and volleyball and would end up becoming famous for her powerful serve, strong arm, and inspirational dances. She lived life to the fullest, and she would try to take advantage of every second that she had. Her parents would actually have to invest in home security systems and cameras, possibly in an attempt to monitor her comings and goings. But Lily would always find a way around. Most of Lily's life revolved around music. This girl could recite song lyrics from thousands of songs from multiple genres. And like most teens, she loved to wear band shirts, except the difference between Lily is that she knew the bands, she knew the songs, and she knew the lyrics to the songs of the band shirts that she wore. She was like a hardcore love of music girl. She loved to go to concerts and actually ended up crying at multiple concerts that she attended. Before her death, she bought a drum set because she had every intention of learning to play the drums. That was her instrument of choice. For the last 2 years of her life, Lily worked at a restaurant called Maggleby's. Working there was a great opportunity for her to learn the value of hard work along with obtaining a strong work ethic, which a lot of teens these days lack. Not all, a lot of teens these days do lack that. She would end up becoming part of the Maggleby's family, and she would take advantage of the family discount whenever possible. Along with being a hard worker, obtaining a strong work ethic, she was also frugal. She was described as full of confidence, talkative, and sweet with a nice sense of style. She lived life to the fullest with no inhibitions. She had a unique sense of humor and an authentic personality. She was larger than life, and she included everyone into the party. And let me just say that this is an extremely unique personality trait for a teen. And most teens don't possess this trait. Hell, it's a unique personality trait for most adults. I work with adults and sometimes the adults are worse than the children. So kudos to mom and dad, because it seems as though they did an amazing job in this girl's short life. She loved her friends, and she had a special and unique relationship with each one of them. She also loved spending time with her sisters and going on road trips with them, along with being a faithful member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay, real quick, guys. Let me just stop and say that. I know we just spent a lot of time on who Lily was, and if it seemed boring to you, I'm sorry. But I just thought that it was important to highlight and recognize who Lily was and what a better place the world was because she was in it, even if it was just for a short time. It seems to me that she was an incredible human being, and more importantly, the future youth need to mirror who this girl was, including my children. Like, I can only hope that my children mirror what an amazing person this girl seems to be. Lastly, just to put any speculations to rest, no, I do not know the family. No, I do not believe for a second that the family will see this video, because truth be told, I'm basically a nobody. I'm nobody. I said that because I truly believe that. Lily was dating a 20-year-old named Maseo Kanga, who was born on April 23rd, 2003 in Newport Beach, California, to parents Mandy and Jared. He had 3 siblings, 16, 11, and 9. He graduated from Springfield High School in 2021, the same high school that Lily was attending at the time, and went on to attend the Tippy School of Business at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. He was a big cinema fan. He enjoyed singing, sports, and dancing to his favorite oldies, which would explain the attraction between him and Lily. To start, Tuesday, May 19th, 2022, 17-year-old Lily would decide that she needed space, like most teenagers often do, and she broke things off with her then boyfriend, Maseo. The details of the conversation regarding the breakup are currently unknown, and they'll probably never truly be known. On Wednesday, May 20th, 2022, Lily agreed to meet 20-year-old Maseo at the Hobble Creek Park in Springville, Utah. The specifics of the conversation are unknown, but what is known is that Lily got into Maseo's car that day at the park, and it would end up being the biggest mistake she's ever made.
Lily's 19-year-old ex-boyfriend, Masao Kanga, was found beside her, also with a gun wound. They were found in a car in Hobble Creek Park. Police now investigating the deaths as a possible homicide. Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree has been following the story since last night. She joins us live now from a vigil being held for both of the families involved in this case. Jenna.
Kelly, this tragedy has absolutely rocked the Springville community. As you can see behind me, a candlelight vigil is happening for both Lily and Masao, and they actually were virtually neighbors. This street, just a few houses apart from each other, her house and his house, which is right in front of me. So the community felt it was only right to honor their memories right here.
wonderful families. They've been a part of this community for many, many years and very well respected, loved by everyone, as well as their children. They're just amazing people.
Thursday morning, the Nebo School District sent out a note to Springville High School parents, and students were given the news of their classmate Lily passing away in homeroom. School offering grief counseling for students all week.
Everyone grieves differently, and this is tragic on many levels. And we wanted to make sure that our students had the resources that they needed when they came to school today. And so we wanted to make sure that they knew that that was available.
Police discovered Lily and Masao in Hobble Creek Wednesday afternoon, both slumped over in a car with wounds to their heads. Kanga was pronounced dead on the scene, and Conroy was light flighted to the hospital. All day, community members have been tying blue ribbons on trees for the two. Fish says some neighbors even stopped by the family's homes to mow their lawns and offer whatever help they could.
You know, it's interesting, even though we have ward boundaries or different boundaries down here, it's one big family. It just seems like our kids are so close and tight-knit. It's really rocked our community.
The pair grew up across the street from each other and have known each other for a while. At 3:19 p.m., police got a call requesting a welfare check for Masao. The call was made by his parents after discovering that a gun they owned was missing from the family home. Police would find the teens in Masao's car, slumped over in Hobble Creek Park, with gun wounds to the head in an apparent homicide by Masao. It is not assumed that Lily was a part of this plan. Rather, she was nothing more than an unexpected, innocent victim. Masao was pronounced dead at the scene, and Lily was airlifted to a local hospital where she would later pass. Even in death, the beautiful and unselfish person that she was donated all of her organs to save another's life. Masao has had no previous history of violence, and police would say that he had a clean record. There was no illegal activity that police could find on him. Candlelight vigils were held for Lily. Please keep her family in your thoughts and prayers, because Lord knows they have a very long road ahead of them, and they're going to need them.
You guys are the best.
Emotional moments tonight. Hundreds gathered to honor the memory of Lily Conroy, the Springfield teen, in an apparent. Much of the day was spent remembering the teen who meant a lot to those around her.
While that vigil was taking place, news specialist Andrew Adams was at a softball game tonight where she was also in the spotlight. Andrew?
Well, that's really been the topic at Springville High School. So many people were told today sought out counseling. A lot of people wanted to do whatever they could to remember Lily Conroy. She had participated in years past on the softball team, and so tonight the softball team wanted to do what it could to pay its respects.
The past 24 hours had delivered a devastating curve.
Definitely really heartbreaking.
Police said 17-year-old Lily Conroy, a former teammate, by an ex scenario following a recent breakup, and wasn't going to survive.
Not only by students, but we had faculty and staff and administration that knew her well, and it was such a tragic day.
Mud summer!
Suddenly, the day was about honoring someone many cared about deeply.
We always put an S before each game for Springville, and today we put an L for Lily Conroy, and we said today we'll play for Lily.
Everywhere in sight, a blue ribbon stood for Lily.
Her favorite color was blue, and her eye colors are pretty blue. So before the games, we decorated the fences with her favorite just to remember Lily.
Sage Ewing says Lily will always be remembered for her unique flair.
Very stylish.
And her unforgettable smile.
She'd always come with a happy attitude when she came to practice, and that was really fun.
As the team capped off a win, they pledged to continue to play for Lily.
And so that's going to be our motto the whole rest of the year.
Keeping her memory alive well into the future.
She was really nice.
Hard to know what to take home from something as awful as this, but some of the players said it's simply understanding that some people may be going through something that nobody has any idea about, and always good to be available and asking people how they're doing. The school district says it'll continue to offer counseling to anybody who needs it.